Hi, this is your Houston chiropractor, Dr. Gregory Johnson. We got Heath in here with us this morning, and Heath and his wife Twana drove all the way down here from Lawrence, Kansas.
Yes.
Is that what you said, Lawrence? Yeah, and that's about, what you said, 17, 18-hour drive?
It's a ways.
Yeah, long ways. He comes in here today complaining of low back pain that radiates out into his SI joints and hips on both sides, with severe hip pain on both sides. Paresthesia, which is numbness and tingling down into his S1 dermatome on the left, which is the back, his calf and the bottom of his foot. He's also had muscle cramps in his back, pelvis, legs, in the thighs, and the calves as well. And I just did his orthopedic neurological test, and we got some cramping up in here in his thoracic spine and lumbar spine as well, huh?
Yes.
He has weakness in both of his legs. However, his reflexes were +2 equal and active bilaterally, so he didn't have any serious neurological deficits. He denies any bladder valve dysfunction. He does not have foot drop, which is also a good thing. He's also getting some right shoulder pain too. So Heath has recently seen a neurosurgeon. He brought his MRI or his x-rays down here for me to look at before we even got him back here. He has a lumbar spine instrumented fusion at L4, L5 with screws and plates locking in L4 and L5. And that was done in 2017, yep. And he got some initial relief off of that, but now he's going back and seeing a neurosurgeon, and they're telling him they need to fuse his sacrum bilaterally, right? Yep. Isn't that what you told me?
Yes.
And, you know, the thing is, his first fusion helped him get out some of the acute severe pain that he was in, and helped that reduce some of the sciatica, you told me, right?
It eliminated it, yeah.
But now things are starting to return there, and also below that and above that, which is always where the wear and tear happens following these types of surgeries. You get increased motion above and below the fusion site, so those joints wear and tear quicker. Now, he's been getting adjusted from some chiropractors that are twisting him on his side and doing lumbar rolls. I do not do that adjustment on anyone, no matter whether they have a fusion or not, but I particularly would discourage anyone with a lumbar instrumented fusion from getting that side posture lumbar roll adjustment, because you don't want to stretch those ligaments out too much and tear those. And plus the screws are deep in there in the bone there, and when you start putting that torsional stress on those screws, that hurts as well. And yeah, that's what you told me, it hurt you worse, right?
Yeah, it usually causes a lot of problems.
More pain.
Yeah.
So this is his very first visit here at Advanced Chiropractic Relief. We just spent the last 20, 30 minutes doing a detailed history and examination. Was that comprehensive in your mind?
Oh, yeah.
Was that similar to or different than your neurosurgical consult?
Day and night difference.
In what way?
You asked some pretty good questions, and you seemed to listen to what I had to say.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's show what we got here. I'm going to have you close your eyes again, and Heath, bend your head forward and backwards for me. Now, the reason we do posture first and following the adjustments is because posture is a mirror of the spinal biomechanics. As you can see, his head's forward, his ears all the way out here over his clavicle. It should be back here over his shoulders. That's why his hands are right out in front of him like this. You can tell his head's cocked over to the left side, but translated to the right on the x-axis. His pelvis is also translated to the right on the x-axis. So this being his first adjustment here at Advanced Chiropractic Relief, we're going to lay back on your stomach here, Heath, face down. We're going to adjust you on the BioPhysics table first. Okay, this table's going to drop out, and you're going to feel the table popping up here. I'm going to start off in his SI joints. Sacrum, straight superior to inferior, opening up that space. Now, I'm not adjusting L5 and L4, P to A, because those are fused. So I'm coming up above that into L3. Oh. Yes, sir. Keep breathing. Mm-hmm. Oh. No one's ever accused me of being too live an adjuster.
That was awesome.
Yes, sir. Okay, see how his legs evened up? They're even now. Does this feel any easier this time?
Uh-huh.
Imagine that. You're gonna feel your head popping up on this next one, Heath.
Okay.
His x-rays also showed some significant degenerative disc disease down at C5, C6, which will be decompressing on that too. Let's turn you on your back now. So it doesn't matter where you have degenerative disc disease. That means that the discs are compressed. It makes the IVF smaller so the nerves don't have as much room to exit the spine. Yep, slide down this way just a little. Put both arms out like this, palms up. There you go. You can relax your hands right there. Let this right leg go like a limp rag. There we go. You should have felt that from your knee all the way up into those hips.
Holy Toledo.
Yes, no, maybe. Okay. Hang here, breathe. There you go.
Wow.
Yes, sir. That's decompressing you from the lower end. Let's set you up sideways and face your wife. There we go. You okay?
Yeah.
Does he drop his chin down like that a lot?
That's really cramping.
Okay, gotta let go though. You gotta let me do it, not you.
All right.
I don't need your help. Okay, let go. You're being all cogwheel rigidity.
It's all right.
There. Keep that chin head up though. I think this is probably one of the main things that's causing your spine to tighten up more. Your head's forward. There we go. Very good. Okay, let's come over to this table. So when I first started doing this adjustment back in 1981, go ahead and lay on your back with your butt on that pad here and head up this way. Yes, sir. I talked to some neurosurgeons and orthopedic surgeons that did spine surgeries, and I asked them about doing this procedure on people. Did they think it was dangerous? And they go, well, not if the fusion is solid, because the joints that are fused, they're not going anywhere. That hardware is not going anywhere. So after 40 years of doing this, and including on instrumented fusions, both cervical and lumbar, not one person's ever been injured. Okay. So I'm gonna pin your pelvis in really tight here with these pins, Heath. This is gonna feel tight too. And you notice how I have your legs up parallel to the floor? You're laying on your back with no pillow, so he's got a forward curve now. Okay, I get this done so I can get those pins out of there for you. You wanna keep your teeth together, Heath. Don't bite your tongue, breathe through your nose. Yes, sirree. Should have felt that one all the way down. Did you?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
Breathe, breathe. And looky there, you're kicking even better than you were over there. And that's not a pathological hyperreflex either. Okay, let me have you. Okay, tilt right with your left ear. There you go. See, it works better when I do it.
Asking me to relax is like asking me to dance.
Yeah, I said the wrong thing. I'll just distract you next time.
Yeah. Tell me a story.
Yeah. Here you go. Let me help you up sideways. Bring these legs over. And you always want to get up sideways like that. Heath, come over here and stand in front of the mirror. I'm going to use this instrument to bounce your muscle spindles, which will help relax your paraspinal muscles. There we go. Okay, now hold these guys up here like this. Head way back like this and like this. Yep. Now see, that's already better movement than he had initially. Okay, relax. Now when you go forward and backwards again, this should feel a little easier up here, Heath, but you tell me.
Yes. Amazingly so.
We'll take a look in the mirror now. Your head's more centered now. You're not as far left. You're going to have to work on that through the week.
I'll be darned.
See, you're straighter. And then look how we opened that up too.
Yeah.
Pelvis is right down the middle right now. You know, I never started catching flack from chiropractors till I started doing this adjustment on YouTube back in 2013. But a lot of chiropractors are afraid to touch the spine when a patient's had surgery and hardware put in there.
Mine's nervous.
Yeah. And, you know, an experienced chiropractor who does their due diligence in their history and examination and looks at the films the patients bring with them or have had done or you order can tell whether the fusion's solid or not and can adjust that patient then appropriately for their particular condition. So we just decompressed him from his occiput all the way down to L5-S1. Now the L4 and L5 vertebrae, they did not move because they are fixated with that fusion instrumentation. So we adjusted above and below that. How does that feel right this moment compared to when you walked in the door, Heath?
Pretty good. Yeah. I feel lighter.
So is this adjustment a lot different than the previous chiropractic experiences you've had?
Oh, yeah.
How would you compare this? How would you tell the rest of our chiropractic addicts worldwide about your experience here versus your previous chiropractic experience?
I've been seeing chiropractors since I was 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I've had back trouble since I was a young man.
Right.
It's come and gone as I've gone through growth spurts.
I've
never had any
When
treatment
you
like
see him
that.
doing this, you slap him upside the head and tell him.
Well,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's all right. It's all right. You're right. It's a night and day difference.
Yep.
It really is.
A little deeper here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't play.
I'm not afraid to get range of motion out of these joints.
I tell them all, I was like, don't be gentle with me.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm
Well,
already
you have
broken.
to move the joints or they're not going to function properly.
You can't break something that's already broken. Let's
Yeah.
just get after it. Swing away.
Yeah. And we do swing away here every day with the ring dinger.
Yeah, you ain't playing.
So this is your Houston chiropractor, Dr. Gregory Johnson, coming to you from Advanced Chiropractic Relief in Houston, Texas, with Heath all the way here from Lawrence, Kansas. And we're going to keep an eye on his progress this week. This is his first visit, and we'll show his 6th visit on Wednesday afternoon if he's agreed to that. And he can tell you in person how this 6 adjustments did for him in his case. So we'll see y'all soon.